cover the darkness I lived. You are like a hero to me. I am grateful we got to interact over this. Thank you for having the courage to start into the void and call it out. Women like JK and you give me the strength to talk about it. So they have this GC therapist. This is where I can't nail down the time frame, but I think it's within like the last like 2 years. This person was a pivotal role in getting them to change their mindset and start calling every trans person AGP. All right. Like I said, the GC therapist, turf nurse, people like Genevieve Gluck, and the other like detransitioners on X really shaped this person to change around. He said he started therapy in January. Okay, so January would make sense. If he started therapy in January with this therapist, that kind of makes more sense than like 2 years ago, because that means that this person is why we're seeing a big change this year. See, this is why it's important to go through this stuff. Wouldn't have been a problem 2 years ago. I grew up in a state of solitary confinement at the mercy of one of the worst men in the world. I was haunted when I walked into the LGBT center. So the stepfather was the abusive one, right? And then when they turned 17, they walked into an LGBT center and they were kind of accepted. They were embraced to be themselves and start to get help. That's when they started to go to therapy, okay? This was a pivotal change in their life. Now that Category 5 Hurricane Anna dumped my trauma all over a public social media platform, before going to therapy, I'm going to go play in a field with my dogs and enjoy the sun and the joy in the life I now have. I never thought I would live past 25. Those of us that grew up in domestic abuse at home, childhood trauma, and being abused as children, we all had that sentiment. Same thing. Again, we're not invalidating any of this. This is really the shit that they've gone through. It's a very sad childhood. I feel bad for this person. All right. They definitely deserve the love and care over their childhood, but not for what happened as an adult. Okay, which that's what we're going to talk about next. Most people only post the best photo, only show the best moments, only talk about things the best angle. Everybody shows you the mask they want you to see and not who they are, which is true. People hide their pain, shame, fears, and evil. The world is actually not kind. It's dark and ugly, and it pretends to be sunny and pretty sometimes. I can agree with that to an extent. There's a lot of the world that is just vastly dark and horrible, but I think there's a lot of good in the world as well. I believe this from around the age of 8 years old to 26. So 8 years old to 26 years old. 26 would have put them around 2017. All right. I was smart, paranoid, jaded, black-pilled teenager, but I still got groomed into a castration cult. They're talking about when they went to that LGBTQ center and they started to see a therapist and be accepted for who they were at the time. This language around into a castration cult, I believe that comes more from the detransitioners, turf nurse, the GC therapist, all that kind of instilled that language into him. All right. The idea that some of my conservative male friends unironically call me sir respectfully is mind-blowing. I grew up watching the only man I respect get saluted and called sir. I didn't have any dignity, and I didn't show any dignity. I never really got to be the man who is addressed with respect. It ironically makes me cry. Should have gotten to experience that. Experiencing it now as a G-man who lost his manhood and dresses flamboyantly shows me exactly how foolish I was to run away from being a man just because I was different. So this right here, when they're talking about, I grew up watching the only man I respected get saluted. I believe that is the stepfather. This is where I say, like, he may have been military. So that kind of gives me some information there. This was recently an hour, like 2-3 hours ago. Yeah, basically talking about orchestrating a smear campaign against them with the apparent goals of bullying me into despair or even self-destruction. This campaign is a repeat of previous effort led by Chris Rice, also known as Emily G. Dawn, which relentlessly harassed me months ago. I have talked to Chris Rice. They have pretty much stayed away from it, sent me some information they have, and we kind of just took it over from there. What information we have was verified in a lot of these posts and other articles. We're able to go out and find a lot of information. So this is just a repeat. So this person was called out on Twitter and other social media platforms for the shit that they've done. This is just a repeat on a different platform because they've changed from platform to platform. All right, so that kind of gives you an idea of what was going on. These are absolutely lies. My mother was a survivor, not a predator. My stepdad hurt us both. Say what you want about me, but leave my mother alone. Definitely can respect that. So, heavy warning on this one. Heavy warning on this one. Step out. This is very traumatic. If you need to step out, step out. All right. Get a drink. Hydration check, everyone. All right. Animosity wrote, I was confined to a mattress in a barren room. No door to escape through. Access the room. Across the room, a stack of my favorite books just sat out of reach, taunting me. The windows were nailed shut, coated in grime, blocked out in lights and hope. From the moment I woke, I was forced to sit there, staring at those books until summoned for lunch. I ate alone, after the other boys, under his watchful gaze, every bite scrutinized. Then back to the empty room, I'd sit until dinner, where my mother, under his command, prepared a dish that turned my stomach. Night after night, he forced it down my throat. If I vomited, his fists would follow. As I sat on the bed, he'd creak the floorboards just outside the doorframe, sending me scrambling to return the books I dared to touch. He'd storm in, flimsily excuse ready, and beat me again. This started when I learned I loved to read. It was only one of the subtler ways he tormented me. An 8-year-old autistic boy under the grip of a malignant narcissist P3DO. That's why I was transitioned. So a lot of trauma. This is incredibly bad. So this is kind of what he went through. An abusive father, tormented, confined to a room, nothing there, doors, windows nailed shut and all that. This is the abuse as a child, that a lot of it was recreated as an adult. Okay. My name is Ari. I was groomed as a child. Then when I got free, I was indoctrinated into transgender ideology. I was a victim of a P3, and then the victim of a pedophilic ideology that convinced me to castrate myself. My body was sold by others and then by myself. So the videos that we found that are publicly available on a couple sites, they were videos and content that he willingly made after the ex-boyfriend. Okay. The ex-boyfriend from Detroit, that's the one that made content that was sold and published with children. Okay. He was an adult at that time. So this is kind of giving a little bit more information to the history. This is what I have for the childhood trauma. It's a lot to take in, all right? Let's talk about the minor stuff. That'll get a lot of the heavy stuff out of the way. All right. What I'm going to pull up are the screenshots. One of the screenshots from the background that in the video that I put out there, as well as I posted it to Reddit. This is what Richie had up this morning. There's a second one. We'll talk about that one. How everything relates together, and then I'll go over the additional stuff around Discord servers that's alleged. All this stuff was sent to the police. Yeah, this person definitely needs some help. So, this is Anna. One of their Twitter accounts is TruthfulTS. There's also Animosity. Transphobe01, Transphobe02, Transphobe03, and Transphobe04. They're all the Twitter accounts, all right, and TruthfulTS. Do go ahead, Mr. Don. I don't record private calls, but the truth is I told Mr. Don about my past and how after escaping my family, I got caught in a cycle of being taken advantage of by male predators. I chased men just like my childhood abuser. So, yes, you often do look for people that remind you of your parents and things like that. That is something people do. I was pimped out by my first serious boyfriend, ended up being a child P3. He used me as a beard, and he took advantage of the S&M that my stepdad trained into me. All right. I have years of shame in recreating my childhood. So those two sentences there, he used me as a beard and took advantage of the sadomasochism my dad trained into me. This is why it's relevant to understand the childhood abuse that they went through as a child, because that was abuse, and they recreated that with this ex-boyfriend. I have years of shame in recreating my childhood. They literally did that again, okay, with children. Some people out there did stumble across the other content that I did not want to see or did not care to go look for. They came across it by accident, and pretty sure there were minors in there from what I was told. Did not want to see it, did not want to send it to me. Again, those people found it by accident. Everybody that has found stuff has walked away from this. It is that bad. I sold my body all through my teen years. This is all a great opportunity for me to organically talk about this. I'm very bored, very well-off housewife with a mean streak for AGPs in denial like Miss Dawn. He started this, but I have to be honest, I'm vindictive, traumatized, F-slur, and I will enjoy this drama. Yes, I vape all day, that's why my whole voice is raspy. Huge read coming from a man in 1980s floral. Nothing can cause me pain, but I am a diamond. So, very much, he gets off on triggering people, getting a response and everything like that. So, someone asked, who did they recreate this with? I am alleging that they recreated it with children because the boyfriend was a predator, a child predator. So they were doing stuff with the ex-boyfriend who was a child predator, okay? Doesn't take much critical thinking, but just think that. Yeah. They feed off of the drama and energy. They do enjoy that. All right, I'm going to show this next one. Any questions on that slide? No? Okay. Where's the proof, though? The assumption he follows was in teen years. I'm saying a legend. I'm saying allegedly. So nobody was able to find an actual court case, and this is just them speaking on it. I'm going to just throw this information out there. Everything is alleged. Y'all can decide what you want to do with it, what level of contact you want to have with this person, or what level you want to platform them. This is kind of all on everybody watching, okay? This is another post under the Transphobo1 account. Oh my God, the estrogen fried his brain. I don't think he understands what Roman pedestry is or why my ex was so attached to my castrated body. Yeah. So a lot of the men who want castrated boys to do things do so because as we age, we look young. I was a victim to this type of sexual predation during my teenage years as a castrated gay teen. We have the dates of the orgy. We have the dates of SRS. They weren't during teen years. The videos were from well into their adulthood. Right. He wasn't castrated at the time. He had SRS done in 2022. The intentional misrepresentation of my life is occurring because Mr. Rue is triggered fetishistic transvestite. These men are dangerous and the ideology they made is deadly. So again, this is just them talking about a person they have issue with. Here's the key paragraph. My ex is in jail and I'm not. That is a fact. I was never charged with anything because I was his beard and did not know what was happening. He was convicted and charged after I left him for pimping me out. Mr. Rue is aware of this. Yes, people are aware of that. He was charged, you were not. Okay. You say you had no recollection of it. Yes, there is trauma where you forget your trauma and stuff that you've done, but morally, like legally, you were supposedly not charged, okay? This is where I take a moral issue with it. You still did stuff with him, with minors. Morally, I would not give you grace there. Oh, animosity's cameraman. Okay, it's not animosity. Morally, I would not give someone like this grace here. You would have to unalive me before I did anything with the child. Plain and simple. Manipulation aside and everything like that, yeah, you're probably manipulated into it. But again, I don't have to morally give you grace for your actions. These two things are the biggest statements. This one and the last screenshot. All in his words. All right. The one prior is up on the Reddit if anybody wants to read through that. The last screenshot, I'll put it back up because people are asking where is the proof he did it. He used me as his bard and to start from here, I was pimped out by my first serious boyfriend, ended up being a child predator. Okay, the boyfriend ended up being a child predator. He used me as his beard and he took advantage of the S&M my stepdad trained into me. I have years of shame recreating my childhood. So when we look at the childhood trauma, what do we have? We have CSA, we have abuse, we have imprisonment. So if he's talking about recreating his childhood and the boyfriend taking advantage of S&M that they were taught, connect the dots. If you choose not to, that is on you. This is where I think some thinking about it and reflection goes a long way. These are all suppositives, though. Block Muppet. Muppet's only in here to report and complain. Muppet is like riding for Anna like no tomorrow. Yeah, it is a massive allegation to make. That's why I'm saying it's alleged. I don't know the full backstory there. They don't talk about it, which again, like it's a trauma response, you don't want to talk about it. That's fine. But we can make an assumption based on those screenshots and the history. Y'all can make whatever level of engagement with the person you want. So yeah, the plea deal, and like we're confirmed other sources that they took a plea deal and with stipulations. So there were other situations that happened with Anna around minors or barely legal people. This seems to be a trend with him. I'm now realizing I was being played from the beginning. She is a psychopath out for blood who did everything she could that led me to ending up in the psych ward. Anna is a groomer out for blood who targets 18 to 19-year-old femboys, trans girls, and even some trans boys. Listen, everything, I'm not going to show other stuff that people are making a lot of big claims. A lot of that stuff is Anna's words. So take away from it what you want. Okay, if you want to disregard what was said, that's on y'all. She started very subtly. No longer did she see AGP, bisexual, trans girls as being deserving of the same rights as her and eventually she began hating HSTS, male-attracted trans girls as well, homosexual transsexuals. There. She took images of me and saved them. She has files on people admitted in VC. She shared photos I long deleted with TERFs on servers to call dog piles on me. She worked day and night pushing me and other transsexuals to unalive ourselves. Anyone 18 to 19 she can't groom into detransitioning. She unalives with 1,000 cuts. This is clear that screen. I knew Anna when I turned 18. I'm nearly 20 now. At first she was trolling me, making fun of corn I was selling, the fact I'm some degree gynophilic, and I'm severely mentally unwell. Not a characteristic she feels bad for, but rather one she targets for me and berates me over. After the trolling stopped, I looked up to her as a reasonable trans elder. She hates that term, by the way. She was like an internet mom to me. I genuinely looked up to her. I loved painting my models on VC on her server and talking to her about life, but one day her demeanor shifted. No longer was it safe. That's kind of when like the GC therapist came into play and TERF nurse came into play and all those people. So guess who set up Anna's Discord server that had minors and barely legal boys in it? Anna's words. Guess who helped Anna groom all those young men? This guy, Gay Penguins. Do not under any circumstances tag me or anything related to this or any drama ever again. I've been off X for over a month and I'm too busy to participate in whatever this is. So this person set up Anna's Discord server. Chloe, like, I don't know how you keep coming in here. Like, being blocked. How many counts do you have? This is absolutely slander. I set up the security for a Discord server. I did not run anything, and I groomed no one. This was strict no minors policy allowed on the Discord server. Anyone in violation that was removed immediately. Every single channel was also manually flagged as NSFW. So they were all marked NSFW channels in the Discord server. Yeah. What you chose wrong, Pale. I know the truth about the server you ran. What server would that be? I ran no server. Had no idea what you're talking about. Again, if you have some actual evidence on things you alleged about Anna, go ahead and release it rather than what it is. Either way, don't tag me about this again. I'm barely on X anymore. So there is a bounty out there for the Discord server transcripts. I set up the security measures for it, including manual flagging of all channels as NSFW, posted rules which had to be agreed upon before anyone could ever see the general chat, automatic moderation, and verified roles. There were no minors in the server at all. One person tried to sneak in that was 17 and was removed within 2 hours of them being there when I discovered them. The Discord was publicly posted. Rules said no minors at all, and channels were flagged NSFW, so anyone trying to join the server the age of 18 would have to first of all come onto the server themselves through the public link, then lie about their age in the rules agreement, lie about their age to the Discord moderation for anyone to access any of the channels, none of which allowed any kind of pornographic material, nudity, etc. of any kind in the first place. Give me a break. So they claim not to allow it. All the channels were marked NSFW, and they did allow it on the Discord server. Yeah, nobody lies about their age, right? There were more than one minor. I keep those files you have. That might be the only thing protecting you, sir. They were kicked when they were found out, you imbecile. And then this person was 17 and friends with everybody. So they were all friends together in a Discord server or something. One more thing can be shared about Anna, Alex, because it is not directly related to the commission of a crime up to the age of what? So we also got into an argument about spanking that revealed she was okay with forcibly declothing minors up to the age of 12. So there were debates in this Discord server, which is why there's the bounty on the transcripts for the Discord server. One of the big debates was disciplining your children, and they wanted it. They said forced declothing up to the age of 12. How's that fucking discipline? That's disgusting. Alexis said, okay, no, fucking hell, you've actually gone so far that I'm going to have to defend Anna, and I promise you, this is not the last thing I will do. The server full of the same who's valid, who's not, AGP accusations and other nonsense you see in every Twitter space, and that's basically it. Minors were not allowed, nor were there ever any indications that young males were intentionally being brought in. Penguin was barely around most of the time, and the only thing I ever saw for him when he was the attempted caution. The younger ones who wanted to were starting transition. That and pleasant conversation with the other older adults. As for Anna's behavior, nothing in the months I was in the server looked even close to grooming. Bullying and massively bitchy, definitely. But never anything that would suggest anything inappropriate towards children. I can't stand Anna, but that is just wrong. So there were, like, people just turning 18 in this Discord server, and there were some minors in there. They got caught and eventually booted out. This is why I say allegedly. Drama spicy. Oh my god, that makes me sick if I even follow this guy. So this is conversations with a private conversation with someone and Anna. Okay, you don't like me. Why do you care? Go fuck your God. You're fucking confused. LOL. I'm just a disappointed, vicious elder with a Cruella complex. He is. That doesn't mean I want my followers dragging a teen with their nudes. You won't commit self-harm using me. Your moral compass is odd. No, it's not. So there were nudes in that Discord server, and we know minors were in it at some point because they said when they were found out, they were kicked out. This person also had heavy trigger warning, by the way. This person had CNC grape fantasies, recreations that they were doing. When did I say I wanted to get raped? Like CNC, yeah, but not like actually raped. So what was I removed for? I kind of remember staying up, posting shitty 4chan posts, then waking up, and I was removed. Oops. Do you want to know why I keep saying it's complicated? It's their history. The fucking 4chan people. Really, go back to 4chan. Get off other platforms. Okay, you don't like me. Why do you care? God, you're fucking confused. LOL, I'm just disappointed. Okay, we did read this. Some of these are doubled up. I can't express enough how much the concept of forcing children to strip as punishment makes me want to vomit. You can claim it fixes naughty behavior, but let's be real, anyone who is okay with stripping kids naked to humiliate them needs their hard drives inspected. Oops. Animosity says you need to stop messaging me about this. Kids who grow up without real adversary are arsler. That's you. So the only way to give adversary, I can't say that word, would be to remove my clothing as a fucking child. You want to talk about it and then talk about your opinions. We can do it and do a space on it. I'm not going to debate you about this privately. Okay, fine. So this is where they were having debates in the Discord server about disrobing kids as punishment. Anna sees no problem with it and sees that is putting through like adversity with them. And again, that relates back to the challenge, back to the childhood, right? So the abuse they experience as a childhood to make them stronger, that's kind of what Anna is advocating for. When are we doing the debate space? You don't want to do a space with me on an account with your ass on it. I will not. I am not so heartless as to let you drag yourself, child. Calling this person a child. Kind of think it's because, removing children's clothing as a punishment is an indefensible position. Yeah, let's hear Anna defend that position. I'm not going to be the instrument of your self-harm. Make an alt. Okay, fine. I'll do the space. What time? Make a pure alt. No corn, no pictures of you a different name. Never post corn on it or an image of yourself. Never admit to who the character is. And I will allow you to interact with my page. Okay. You don't like me. Why do you care? God, you fucking confusing. So this is where Anna's willing to debate this person about disrobing children for punishment. Esmery, go cry. Go cry, Esmery. I'm sorry, AGP Cuddle Pile. I hate you. I'm sorry. Can you unblock my new Twitter? It's covered in gross AGP lewd, so no. You don't have sensitive content filtered out of your feed. I don't want to see you that way. Unmute me. Why am I finding out you're talking about grape in my server? Wait, what? I was talking about my experience with essay and how I process it similarly how I process my genitals and how you let your boyfriend grape you. I don't. Look, this is not something people need to hear. He's super gentle. Somebody must have been taking it that way because that's the message I got. It's mostly trauma cope. I'm just saying maybe you should avoid these topics. My server has survivors. Okay, but people who have been raped don't want to hear you talk about how you cope and what you went through simulating it. There's some weird conversations that happened in Anna's Discord server. No talking, only listening. Does the endgame involve AGPs being forced detransition? No. What about me? Schultz wants your Neo Coochie so bad, LOL. Look at her replies. These are just fucking... Why? Let's see. So it kind of goes into it. Anna goes into his history a little bit. That's pretty much it for that. We've seen this one, seen that one, seen that one, seen that one. Anna is obsessed with this idea of Roman pederasty. If you know what that is, then you know what that is. While the Discord server he's running has a bunch of teenagers in it who he's convinced must be AGP, and they are adopting it like an identity rather than letting them sort out with their professionals. Anna very much likes to throw AGP in people's face and tell trans women that you're AGP and that's it. There's no such thing as trans. We've seen that one. In VC, I asked her about the topic. I went to her for advice because it's a fight me and my at the time my boyfriend got into, and she said, if you're going to do it right, make it hurt. Later in a space, she tried backtracking, saying I was trolling you when the space turned on her. This one's just bad. Yeah. They're a little too honest about the trauma. That's right, Chris. So that's the stuff about the Discord server. There is a bounty out there for the Discord server transcripts where people want to get the full history. That is kind of what we're seeing from it. So allegedly, there's a lot of stuff that happened in that Discord server. We don't know the exact details. I very much would like the authorities to subpoena Discord to get the logs from that server. So that's kind of why everything was reported. I think a lot of bad shit was going on there. Let me see. Not doing that one. What time we got? 9:30. Time is it? Hour and a half. Okay. I'm going to talk some of the defense measures and what we've seen. That way you guys can get an understanding of that. This was basically someone was going to do the same thing and out Ari for the history and what they've been through, as well as like how that relates to the ex-boyfriend, the Discord server. They always dox. They always go after people. My approach to making change is to make the Democrats lose if they're not gender critical. I have turned baiting them into a goddamn art form. So he likes to bait people into reacting. And then when they react, that's when they do like all their other defense tactics, like the emotional pleading, the threats, the manipulation, just being trash. Yeah, very much like rage bait. We'll talk about that more, but he likes to incite people to react, very much getting off on it to a degree. To be clear, this is why I'm a G posting. I am taking the Blair White path of letting Transtifa know not to FAFO. And this is that old fuck around and find out meme. So how's the police investigation going? Mine won't be fake. I will share the case number on here. It's time to find out who you are, my dear. I hate to break it to you, Miss Dawn, but my stepdad was scarier than you. I'm not going anywhere, big fat Emily. This is where every time someone tries calling them out on their shit, they try to threaten legal action to silence people. There's a case against me and a few other people. It's okay, now there's literally nothing holding me back. I know he made a monster. Thus begins my eternal Genevieve Gluck arc. He just set me free. This is talking about when they go after people. Now that, because they were doxxed before the information was put out there, just kind of, they're free to do whatever they want to say, whatever they want. I don't take this as trolling. I take this as a serious thing. Having to rebuild my computer is an opportunity to streamline the organization of my dirt and, of course, the records for my turf. GCD tranny blackmail server where we collect blackmail on transsexuals. So they will very much blackmail people. They're trying to do that with me, but good luck. Admit it, you're lying, and that address shown is not your actual address, or I'll release the actual address. If I'm going to be vilified for doxing you, I might as well do so. Resent your lies, my dear. So this is directly with animosity. Puts the name, challenges transphobes to a fight with the address. So this is what he does. He'll go on social medias and he'll post your name and address and direct people to come and harm you. That's a thing they do. They bring physical violence to you. Me as a Second Amendment enthusiast, I have no problem with people doing that. I am a FAFO person. This is where animosity claims he posted photos of his kid on the internet, then a troll got a hold of them and made an account. The account is not me, has been in spaces the past 2 days, speaking with different persons' voices. Again, everything he says does a lie. This is related to that Emily Dawn person. He took photos of my kid and turned them into something gross. Trigger warning here. The PFP is of their child, okay? Child. Says, Daddy, you're hurting me. Daddy, please stop. Daddy, it hurts me to see you wear frocks like Mommy. Won't you love me anymore, Daddy? I miss my daddy. Your erections scare me. Daddy, please stop your sexual fetishes. And it goes on and on. I was concerned that this was a troll and not animosity. Initially, these were the original screenshots. And then when I went back and pulled up the account because it still exists, there were newer posts that speak and sound exactly like animosity does. So it's kind of like he used it as a troll account and then started posting other stuff when Emily Dawn backed off. I would say with a 90% certainty that this account is animosity doing this stuff. This is what he does. He will use your information, your family's information, and they will put information out there to cause harm. love me, you are clearly not listening what I just said. You're clearly not listening. His tweets since your post look like he's trying to play victim card and to vindicate him still not being AGP. LOL, this man will try and make excuses for everything. The kids on the Discord thing is unexcusable to me. Yup, you're not the only one who reached out. Again, not surprised. He enjoys torturing people, not just bitchiness, but going too far with people. There must be tens of us at this point. So there are multiple people that have tried to call out animosity, and every time it gets shut down because he's going far and attacking them. If that makes sense. I think it's a good point to talk about the J6ers and play the clips from Animosity's X Live relative to this weekend, so people can understand what is going on currently. Okay. Great Grandma Kim says no proof whatsoever. Cool, Grandma Kim, you're useless. Take note, this is Animosity's Live on X, violating women in the name of stealth. There's Animosity and J6er Jennifer. This person, okay? This person is always around Animosity in the lives and is local to them. They are J6er. Just wait till you see the clip.
To drag trannies and debate some of them selectively. I like to debate the ones who pretend to be based. What?
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Would you like me to reach out on your behalf? I am kind of President Trump co-defendant.
To that person? To the non-binary woman with the sociopolitical...
No. If you want to let all of your far alt-right people know that you know me and that I'm looking for alt-right conservatives to stand with me
your info.
At trans...
Listen, I'm alt-right as...
Let your alt-right people know I am looking for alt-right people. She's looking to connect to those extremist groups.
In my main account, I would not want like a tranny, but I would be happy with some MAGA or something.
A MAGA is fuck, girl. I'm an oath keeper. You kidding me? I stormed a camp.
They're an oath keeper. If you don't know who the oath keepers are, Google them.
After all, J6. I'm not bragging, but I am literally President Trump's co-defendant on a J6 case that is still ongoing.
I just want some conservative men to go protest. Like, on the 28th of this month, on the 28th, you are a conservative
I'm a conservative trans
optics.
On the 20th, and I'm happy to speak on your behalf.
On the 28th of this month, there is a trans pride event that is unlicensed because the transgender community refuses to allow the police to provide safety. Let me finish. They refuse to allow the police to provide safety for their event, so it's unlicensed. There's no food or drinks as a result of that. It's in a public park where everybody has the right to be there. It's completely unlicensed, public event. It's filled with socialists and Marxists, and instead of the cops, instead of the cops providing security for the event is provided by Antifa. I am the most hated detransitioner in Seattle.
So this live was like 3 days ago, okay? 3 or 4 days ago. Paul, to correct me. You're the one watching all the X accounts, but feel free to throw it in chat. Correct me. Huge kudos to the people that were breaking these down. This live was like 3-4 days ago, and they're talking about an event that is going on tomorrow in Seattle, Washington. 3-ish. Okay. They're talking about an event going on tomorrow in Seattle, Washington, where there are not police there protecting them, from the outside even, and they want to peacefully march through the area Okay, we know it's to incite a reaction. We know they're Second Amendment enthusiasts. They're looking for someone to react so then they can do something. I'll play the rest of the clip and then I got one more after this.
Seattle, and I would like to go there and record on the 28th
God,
of this
girl, you're in
month.
Seattle,
I am
you're in the
looking
wrong
for
motherfucking
conservative
place.
men and
Girl, that
women
is Antifa
who would like to
Central.
peacefully walk.
They said with pepper pew pews, by the way, with pepper pew pews. But anybody that is known, Oath Keepers, Proud Boys, J6ers, they don't carry pepper pew pews.
Walk through this park, peacefully
No,
walk through this
fool.
park and say hi to folks.
No, there ain't no peaceful about Antifa.
No.
Antifa's a bunch of violent,
I
racist Marxists.
just want to take a walk through a public park that has a public
support
event
you.
happening, like, as is my right,
I dig it. Fucking Antifa.
as the most hated detransitioner in the region who's hunted by Antifa.
Girl, you want my fucking you
I just need like
detransitioner.
three
You
or
want my
four.
motherfucking backup?
I just need
Girl,
like 3 or 4
shit, I am
conservative
your
men with pepper
bitch.
guns, you know, ideally.
Shit. I don't think
So the substance usage person that was talking over animosity was Jen, who is a J6er. She actually was charged with the Capitol Hill on January 6th. Okay. This is not a joke. This is very dangerous. This is why it was already reported to the police days ago. And I did send an email to the event organizers for Pride for Seattle, Washington area so they can be unaware and alert about these people. Let me play the next clip.
you understand. I am an oath keeper. I am not just some fuck off nobody. Like, the reason I was one of 14 who only had our sentences commuted after January 6th because I was an oath keeper. Oath keepers and Proud Boys? Shit. That stack that went up the fucking Capitol stairs, that was us. Girl, shit. I will protect you. Fuck Antifa. Fuck Antifa. And twice on Sundays. You want to walk through a park? I got you. You just let me know
If
when.
you know anybody in the Seattle area.
I hate Antifa with every fucking fiber I got in me, girl. I don't think you understand. I went to 9 Black Lives Matter protests. Like, come on, bring it, Antifa.
June 28th is when I'm trying to do this.
In 2020.
June.
I went there with the Oath Keepers as a medic. I was their medic. The boys carried the rifles. I carried the Band-Aids. Girl, shit. Fuck.
Is this going to be in Seattle? Or
Yeah, June
what?
28th at the Volunteer Park.
No, this is in
There is a
Louisville.
trans pride event that is, the security
fuck
is
Pride.
provided by
No,
Antifa. I
fuck
hope you're listening,
Pride.
Bryn. I'm going to go down there, whether I'm alone or not, and exercise my right to walk through that park.
Roger that. Copy. Good. Roger that. I am totally into that. Girl, get it. That's what I'm saying. Like, fuck this
Lita,
shit.
don't kill
I'm
me.
so
I'm
tired
gonna
of
do
Pride.
it.
I'm
I just
so tired
said
of
it, so now I
Antifa.
have
I'm
to.
so tired of Black
All
Lives
right,
Matter. I'm so tired of
listen,
all these
I cannot live stream it this time because I am going to be out of town trying to cultivate contacts
look,
for your personal
look, look.
security.
If
So you have to,
Antifa,
hang on, I'm almost done. You have to
Fuck's sake. I got a message here. He is live right now at an event on Twitter. He's live on Twitter right now at an event hiding wearing a mask. He's going to Washington events. Hold on, we're going to take a brief intermission here. I'm going to post up a picture. Hold up. Transform and fit to screen. This is him right now, live at an event. Transphobe 01. He's live right now at an event. Someone is going to get hurt.
live stream this with somebody who isn't me.
okay,
All right,
I don't need to
do
live
it.
stream it with somebody who isn't you. I just spent like $4,000
I can
on
get you a
camera equipment and I have
snow-
battery
okay.
backup going to a backpack. I can now live stream mobile from
I can
anywhere
get
in the
you a
country.
keeper.
Perfect. I'm in favor of this then, and I will watch it as I am able.
Yes, and I'm just going to walk through. I'm not even going to take my bullhorn. I'm not going to call them autogynephiles because I'll probably be alone. I just want to walk through the park and see if I can do it. The security is
can do
provided
it.
by Antifa, and they've all
Fuck Antifa.
circulated my face and name. So I want to see if they'll actually just attack me in a public park just for
Hey,
walking through.
maybe you should wear my
Wants to see if they'll attack him in a public park. They have a concealed carry permit. They are in a public park as we speak, live streaming it. This isn't good. Like, this is why it was reported to the police. They want to incite violence. If you look through their profile, if you go to the YouTube channel, they have all these pew-pews and they want to use them. They like to provoke a response. One of the Seattle, Washington events. So he is there now. He's in a park right now, walking through. So there are ties to J6ers, Oath Keepers, and Proud Boys. None of them play games, okay? This is why I say this person is seriously dangerous. Yeah, if you're local Seattle, please call. Look at the local Seattle events that are going on right now. I did let the park or the event coordinators know. I sent them all an email with the video and all of Anna's information. So they have his information, pictures, description, all the social media platforms. They have everything sent to them. Whether or not someone's reacting on that, I don't know. The stuff with the minors is kind of big. To me, this is more concerning. This is a big thing. I'm saying they're both equally important. This is the actionable item now. This is something that is happening right now. This is something that could go south at any moment. And I'm not even hyping it up. The other stuff, there was in the history that is concerning, that warrants investigation and further research by the authorities. This is live. Michelle, I can't stream his live because he will see me in there. So, I don't know X that well. I don't fuck around with it. All right. I was gonna go through the news articles. We kind of all seen the detransition stuff. It's all there. Talked about the bathroom childhood trauma, the minor stuff. I think I'm good with leaving it here for information. Transphobe 01, Cuttlefish. 1 second, let me take off the display capture. And then I can pull up my profile. Jay, I'm going to send you all the social medias. This person's at a public park event right now in Seattle, Washington. And they were just on a call this week talking about inciting a response from people. Grandma Kim, like, if you don't care, just say so. Like, if you want to live oblivious to people doing this stuff, just say so. We know where your moral values stand, and you don't care about people's lives. It is a pride event going on in a park tonight. There's 2 tonight in Seattle, Washington. There's 1 tomorrow, and they want to go attend both of them. So, I think we're good with all the information. I will put together a couple videos with slideshows and release them with what is going on live. I think I'm good to end this here, and then bring people up and we can talk about it. I will do the other if they want. This is just super concerning, where I don't want to go over the other stuff because of how bad this is.
Goose just said that the event says that masks are required to be worn for this event.
Yes, and Ari is wearing a vest. So he has a pew-pew proof vest that he actually is wearing. So he is probably concealed carry right now and wearing a vest.
The live just went black. I don't know what happened, but it's loading.
Because he's putting the phone in and out of his pocket.
Yep.
I've been watching on the second screen for a while.
That's fair.
Teddy, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay.
So we waited this long just to get nothing out of it?
What you mean?
Like,
So we've been waiting for the juicy details, and we got nothing but a bunch of tweets and stuff. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, we've been waiting for the spicy shit.
Right, because you want entertainment. I'm not
This is entertainment.
Proud Boys and Oathkeeper connections and potential harm to life is entertainment to you?
No, I'm not talking about all that. We ain't asked for all that. We're talking about the juicy drama and details.
Yeah,
we ain't asked for all that other stuff.
This isn't
you think trauma? You think trauma is entertainment?
Did you not hear what I just said? I said we didn't ask for all that extra stuff.
Or none of that. It's about the real shit that's going on. Yeah. That's what you seem to forget, Teddy. It's not about the juicy details. This ain't just for entertainment. This is about some real crap that's going on that could actually involve people getting hurt. So please, don't be disingenuous because that's ridiculous. Grow up.
That's ridiculous to call it entertainment. Like, I'm not doing this for entertainment. I showed what shit there was around the minors. If y'all expected like videos of minors or pictures of minors, you're the fucking gross ones.
That's what I think they were expecting. They were expecting us to share the CP. You fucking nuts.
Yeah.
All right, Echo. If you want, I'm streaming his live stream to my YouTube. If you want.
They're up and walking right now.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's, there were some things, like, to me, when he talks about being pushed into this as a teenager, and then to read the article and the interview that was done on him regarding his transition, like, he fought for it. He fought for the surgeries. That article is on Twitter.
Yeah. Taylor, I never said get your popcorn ready. This has never been about entertainment for me. I literally said I was doing it this Friday because we had to sort through everything. It takes time to do all the research and everything like that. So if you think like there's some sort of magic build-up for it, it's just because there was information. We have a special guest calling me on Discord. They're going to join us. This is Chris. Hey, Chris.
Can you hear me? You're very soft.
Yep, I can hear you. TikTok can hear you as well.
Okay. Guys, I'm Emily Dawn or Chris Rue, depending on which account I'm using. I have been incredibly hard on both sides of the gender debate, GCs and trans. And this is what I'll say about this whole thing. Anna admitted to me on camera via a Discord phone call that as an adult, he touched kids on camera for money. That's what started all this. What I didn't know initially, and what I found out later when I looked at the timeline, was he told me he was a minor when he was acting as a beard. That is false, and he'll sometimes play that off still. Okay? He was an adult when he touched those kids, at least for some of the crimes. I cannot track down his beard's name or his pimp's name. I have not been able to find that kind of information. I backed off this topic because I said all I had to say, and the stuff that I couldn't reveal went to the police. It is up to the police to investigate that or not, kind of thing. It does involve stuff that is illegal, and I will not show anybody. It was handed to me by people who suffered at Anna's hands. So I guess I could win everything and just show it to everybody, but that would be utterly inhuman. And at least for Echo's part and the people who have been talking to me over the past week about this, like I said, I've been hard on both sides, but I've been especially hard on the trans community. And I'm not going to backtrack what I've said, but this has really shown me how brave you all are, and that there are people who are just living their lives and trying to get by and want to do what's right by kids. And that means the world to me personally. And Echo, thank you for the work you put into this. Obviously, I put in a bunch of work into this at some point. Again, I just ran out of thread. There was nowhere else to go with it except to the cops. I did that. The cops did contact me once. And to those of you who supposedly have police reports in on you at the Mill Creek police station, don't get too worried about that. He said he reported me on a Sunday. The police station's not open on a Sunday. So he has those cards. He has all the forms off the websites. He can just make stuff up and post pictures of it, guys. And he's a doxer. Like, he doxed me fully and then gets upset that people are doxing him, kind of thing. And he's just a complete and total pedophile monster, and he will do anything that gets him attention. And that's the other reason I stopped. I don't mention it so much anymore, because if it comes up, I'll say something. You know, I will not back down what he is, and I will not take my words back on him. But I don't feel the need to constantly go at it, because that's what he wants. He wants the attention. This right here, and I think this is important to put out, to be clear, Echo, I think you did a great job on this. But this is what he wants in some aspects. He wants people giving him that negative attention, because yes, he is a child trauma survivor, but at the same time, he's like he's the Jeffrey Dahmer too. He went too far. He never got the help he needed. He is a predator. I will not back off that stance. I don't care if he takes me to court. If he can take it, I don't need it. And that is by his direct admission to me. Again, when he spoke to me, he played it off like he was a minor. But if you actually go get the timeline, he was an adult when he touched those kids. And to find common cause with trans people is honestly incredibly refreshing for me. And it means a perspective shift for me that I'll have to work through. And I need to focus on the extremists rather than the middle ground, where y'all are just decent people trying to live your lives. And again, thank you, Echo. Thank you to all you guys that made this happen. Again, I'm going to call out the extremists. I'm going to keep doing it. I will try to refocus my efforts away from reasonable middle.
Whoever's trying to send me stuff, who's ever trying to send me stuff, just send it to Echo directly on Discord.
Yeah.
It's literally echo.mb.
ENB.
I don't want anything. Thank you.
I do have a perspective on the live stream so far that I am currently watching. I can say that they have talked to people.
All right, guys. Echo, thanks for having me on. Let me speak. I'm going to go ahead and drop. You guys have a good night. I have to travel. And take care, everybody.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you. But no, they were talking cordially to people. They were walking behind tents. They was walking in between people. It seems like, from my perspective, if I were to give a personal opinion, it seems like they are kind of waiting to see if someone recognizes them, I'm assuming, to start something up. Because if you are making those types of remarks against certain activities going on, people would have done it, you know what I'm saying? But it feels like rage baiting at its finest. They are waiting for someone to recognize them in order to start some shit up and create a scene. That's my opinion.
I mean, Jade, I'll like it was either last night or the night before on the X Spaces, they were saying that they're rage baity.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know that, and I guess correctly I can't.
No, you're good. For people asking to see the plea deal, okay? These are words that have come out of Anna's own mouth. We do not have those records. The boyfriend is in jail. Anna took the plea deal with speculations. I'm assuming those speculations would be don't work with minors, which we know he does.
Right.
Just saying. And I'm going to be honest, I don't consider this a lose. It's opened my eyes to what a piece of crap he is. Everybody wants more proof, more proof, more proof. Are you guys looking for the CP? Are you looking for all of this nasty stuff for you guys to wake up to see that this person is dangerous? If you want to continue to hang around with this dude, it is all on you, man. All on you. Fucking weirdos.
It's really giving they are scared. They are scared. They make falsified threats. And they're PUSSY right now.
Okay,
If they
so
really wanted to start some shit, they would have.
Yeah. If
I'm gonna be making my videos that I only recorded like 3 X spaces, but I'll put them on public for people to watch.
Yep. Chris, you're not connecting. Yeah, anybody that's really wanting to see proof of the actions with minors, realize you were asking for CP there.
Right.
Yeah, I was just about to come up and say that, but for the time being, Echo, the chart, the age chart that you had put up earlier in 2015, can you just pull up that chart for reference just to show everybody in the class how old they would have been in 2015?
Yeah, let me pull that up here.
Yep.
So
Because also too, Anna had been in a live before trying to say that apparently they were pulled into that industry when they were 17. That is what Anna had claimed.
Right. 2015, they would have been 24 years old.
24 years old. Okay, Echo, I sent you a friend request on Discord. Can you accept it so I can send you this image?
Yep.
So again, just to show how old this individual was at the time. Now, I blocked out any identifying names or anything. They don't need to know that. They just need to see, just that verification of what they were doing at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody asking for proof of CP, get your head checked. Seriously.
It is disgusting to ask for that fucking proof. This is going to go straight to the jail. People, police, people that's needed to take care of it. And I'm praying that they go to jail because you just don't mess around with no kids. And you definitely don't ask for the proof and evidence of that shit. You're part of the problem.
Yeah, everything I have has been sent to the police for investigation. If you feel you personally need further proof, then I'm going to fucking side-eye y'all.
I mean, with the plea deal, it has certain stipulations, and I know in my state, with certain stipulations, it won't be on record until the stipulation is done. And even then, it might not even be on the record because the stipulation might be, hey, if you do these things, X, Y, and whatever, then we can take it off your record. So it could be like that too. That's in my state though. It could be different.
Now, Echo, if you wanted the unedited, I sent you the unedited in case you just want to throw it up here on the live. But I can send you the unedited so that way you can see everything to verify it for yourself.
Yeah, I'm just trying to copy this over because my keyboard and camera stopped working. Give me 1 second here. Oh, there's a copy.
I love on their X feed that they're trying to claim certain people are predators while they're one themselves, and those people that they're accusing of being predatory is complete false, by the way.
So in this, well, Echo can explain it, but there you go.
Yeah, so Virginia Kingster, with the name as naughty as they come, returning today for her second femmed out exclusive. She flaunts her Smexley assets for Remy. Lens like a pro. More from this girl, please. 15 pictures, 8,904 views. One favorited. And this was added July of 2015. So if you look, 2015 would have been 24 years old. No one is sending
They were a returning customer.
Yeah, nobody is sending CP around. Let's get that straight. Nobody is sending that around or telling people to go find it or sharing that information. If that's what you're taking away from this, then you're stupid.
You know, I said I wasn't going to say anything like this, and I was kind of rooting for the opposite, but GCs really are stupid. They really fucking are. I'll take a lap, Echo. Fucking idiots.
Hang on. So someone just asked here, how do we know it's CP? Okay, so I had come across a list, okay, of links. And on those links, it says what is contained in those files. Nobody was looking at anything. As soon as I seen it and I got the alert, I stopped, I pulled back, and I reported it to the proper authorities. That is as far as I went. As soon as I found that, that's when I stopped.
Wolf, what did you get flagged for when you got this one?
Did you get the picture I sent, Echo?
Because I don't even know. You just sent me the screenshot with the links, and I didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, no, that's it, and that's only some of them. Read the titles. Read what those links are, and those are all links shared by Anna. They all came from him.
I'm appalled. How are you gonna claim somebody a predator, but you won yourself? Straight up, go to the garbage can, bro. I'm done with. Man, what the fuck?
See, again, like everyone's missing the freaking point. Shared what? Who? What? Where? We're telling you what this individual has done, is doing, and what is planning to do. And you're completely oblivious to the potential threat at hand.
Yeah.
Like, all they want is TikTok gossip. Like, it's for fucking real, man, these people.
They want the pictures. They want the pictures. They want the raw shit. That's what they want.
And that's equally as disgusting. If you do that, you're disgusting. Because ain't no way you're gonna sit here and ask for proof of the image.
Yeah, you're
that they were
asking for it,
participating
you guys.
in.
Are y'all okay? You're asking for it. You want to see the proof of something that was flagged? That is weird. Like, why would anybody go further if it was flagged? Why would anybody be like, oh, flag? Let's go.
Yeah, that's
Echo knows what I do on this app. Actually, I do it off the app. Okay? So when there's certain things that I'm investigating, yes, I get flags. In case there's a current investigation going on that I need to pull back, I cannot go any further.
Right.
And I don't need to prove shit to anybody else. All I gotta tell you, this is what I found. This is what I can present you with. Anything else is not previous to you.
Look, people talk all the time on TikTok about reported to authorities. Everything that was investigated and found out was reported to the authorities, and we're only going to go as deep as we legally can and as deep as we should go. Nobody is going in there getting the CP and saying, go for it.
But also, I think what people are wondering is, do we have any like screenshots of this is flagged as da 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 or whatever?
Like the links?
Not necessarily the links, but like.
See, I don't like even want
warnings.
Okay,
I don't even want to share anything.
I'm just
like
going to
that.
explain it in dummy terms. Okay, so what some of these organizations do, okay, these hunters, what they do is that they will put bait links. And if somebody clicks on that bait link, thinking that it's a legit link, they will get a notification.
Yep.
I didn't say Gato, I didn't say anything about a plea deal thing. I said on one of the videos, Anna said a lot of their stuff is rage baity.
Yeah.
That's all I said.
Look.
Hey, Echo. I know we have a couple of recordings of Anna talking about that CP beard thing. Not CP, but like the beard thing and whatever else, and they kind of go into a little bit of detail about it. Do you think that would shut these morons up?
No, they're gonna want more no matter what. So
Fair enough.
they're just gonna want more until they get like CP, and then they're like, "Oh, you sent CP."
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's what they.
Do you have the clip?
Literally want.
Do you have the clip of where Anna was trying to say, like, when all this first started and people were looking into them? Do you have the clip of where they tried to say that, oh, I was a minor when that happened? Do you remember that? Do you have that clip? Because they weren't when it was.
I don't.
It should be in the conversation.
Should be.
Ew,
Yeah,
you
this
see
was
what I
like-
mean?
Maybe. Let them
did-
talk. It's fine.
Yeah, I did. So I did get a notification that FBI are en route to the park right now. That they at least should be. Vivora, we literally showed and played conversations with J6ers and Oath Keepers. Like, that is proof there that they have extremist alt-right connections. And then I showed him admitting to the history with the ex-boyfriend where they recreated their childhood with SA and sadomasochism. And their suspicion with the Discord server. So everything was sent to the authorities. Let them do their research. For you to say like nothing was shown, you're fucking blind.
I didn't do a lot of digging. I just did the X spaces, whatever. Whatever evidence and stuff that would be on Echo and other people, then I don't know what's going on really.
Impulse, did their live end for you?
Nope.
Oh, I guess they blocked me then.
Yeah. It's not lying.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
So it's not lying, and we didn't watch CP. I shared with you everything as far as we were willing to go. Plain and simple. From there, it's handed over to the authorities.
And I can't believe people in the comments are supporting this piece of trash.
And also, empty inside, why are you asking where the links are?
That's fucking...
Never mind, it's back
That's what
on.
I'm saying. Like,
It's
these
back
people
on.
are strange.
Oh, it's back on.
So weird.
I assure you, he's yours.
There's no lie. It's the truth. And if you want to continue to hang out with this person, you do you, boo.
How did you
I
know
will
to
be as far
report it to the
away.
authorities? Princess, I literally fucking reported everything out of a suspicion to the authorities. How did you know to report it to the authorities? Like, are you 12? Are you literally 12? If there's a suspicion of something going on, you report it. Now this person is in a park after that conversation we listened to. They have a vest on, they have a conceal and carry, and they like to provoke a response.
And it's sad that y'all support this person. It's very sad. It's sad. You're part of the problem if you support them. Like, honestly, I can never bring myself to ever support any type of PDF file, okay? Like, get that through your thick skulls, because that is ridiculous.
I knew that when it got to like everything and calling, they're gonna be like, oh, that was it. Like, they wanted more entertainment and more information. Like, anything else is going to be CP, and none of us went there.
I just don't understand how people can support someone wanting to inflict acts of violence on other individuals. You know, set the whole CP thing set aside there. This person is actively stating that he wants to instigate a fight with people. This person constantly complains about putting in complaints to the police officer for the wrongdoings against him, claiming he's upholding his Second Amendment rights.
Yeah.
This person is a problem.
Big problem.
Vivora, if you think this person's not a problem and they're open confession to doing stuff with the minors with the ex, then that's on you. That shows your moral standings. If you think the Proud Boys and frickin' Oath Keepers are good, then that's on you. Everyone, just let's be careful what is said because they are going to be reporting.
The only comment I have really is that I would take everything with a grain of salt because I honestly don't necessarily believe a lot of the things that Ari has claimed should begin with.
I hope she gets snatched up by the FBI, honestly.
Probably will see that live, so.
Oh, I would love to.
Toxica, I need your age, please. Okay. I'm going to drop you down. There's people just requesting. Yeah, if that happens, just start recording. So,
Hey,
go ahead, Brookie.
I'm sorry that I'm breaking my promise saying I won't come up, but I just want to point out to the people that are reporting to local authorities, they are wearing trans colors. They are wearing trans colors, and you can see their ballistic vest underneath that top they're wearing.
Yeah.
So they're trying to blend into their environment. So hopefully you guys watching the live, please, and if you guys are reporting it to the local authorities, please give them a whereabouts in that park they are at, because this is very deep.
The lives ended.
Oh, it ended? Okay.
Hi, Brookie.
Hey.
How you doing?
All right. I just want to say once again, thank you, Echo, for taking it. For all those watching, I did come across some very disturbing things. I did not click on any links like Wolf stated. Once I saw the list that it stated what it was, I asked Pax to ask Echo to unblock me, because I was like, Echo, I can't handle this, because I had to cancel a whole shit ton of my appointments Monday because of all the shit that I went down a rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole, and it's not good, y'all. If you guys want to see the actual pictures, that is a you issue. You need to go get, yes, those are trans colors. Look at their top. That's trans colors. That's the trans pride color flag.
Right.
So, I just wanted to say that if this was hard on you too, just make sure that you have a professional on standby that you can talk to and you can vent to. But I'm going to drop back down. So
you have a good day, sister.
And for people saying TRAs hate detransitioners, this has nothing to do with Anna being detrans. It has nothing to do with that. None whatsoever. It was the verbiage that sparked the red flag, and the more they told their story, the more the story changed, which created more of an interest